Hi, it's Debbie Williams here, and today I'm going to talk about how to deal with a difficult person. Now, you may have somebody that seems to press your buttons, whether it's at work or a family member that just seems to get right under your skin. Now, this little exercise can help unhook those buttons and those connections so that you have a moment to review your own behaviour and how you react to things. I remember reading once, there was a quote, "Nobody has the power to hurt you without your permission." And it's almost like you're in a cybernetic loop, like somebody says something and you react this way, somebody says something, you react this way, and this keeps this dynamics going. So what we want to do is interrupt that so that you have some choices. And what I want you to do is imagine there's a triangle on the floor, and on one point of the triangle you're stood there, and I want you to imagine this person who presses your buttons in front of you, and maybe close your eyes for a moment and just take a few moments to perceive how you see their behaviour towards you and how it feels to be on the receiving end. And now what I want you to do is to step out and shake that off and just leave it there for a second, and I don't know, think about a leopard print butterfly. Funnily enough, I saw one in the garden the other day, and then this other butterfly came and was trying to mate with it, and he obviously didn't want to be mated with because he played dead on the floor, and he closed his wings, and the other butterfly spent some time pushing, "Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up." And I stood watching this thinking, have I got time to get my phone? And I hadn't, so I just watched it. And anyway, this butterfly that was trying to get the other one to wake up eventually gave up, flew off, and about 30 seconds later the butterfly who'd been playing dead came to life, got up and flew off again, which was an interesting moment to observe. Okay, the purpose of me just telling that story is to break the state of what you were in there. Now what I want you to do is to step on the point of the triangle in front of you into this person's shoes. So take a moment and just step into their shoes, close your eyes and just imagine that you're in their mind and body. So how do they perceive your behaviour? How do they feel towards you? Is there some jealousy there? Is there some insecurity? Is there some need to prove themselves? Do you make them feel slightly inferior so they have to go on the attack? I'm just going to be quiet for a moment. As you know, if you think you can't be them, just pretend that you can so that we can access some information. So what do you sense about them? What are their deepest fears? What's driving them? Behind all this, are you a threat? Okay, so just open your eyes and physically shake that off and step out, and let's step out into the third point of the triangle, which is the observer. And when I watched those butterflies fly off, I thought, that was strange. You don't think about butterflies having preferences of who they're going to mate with, but the one definitely wasn't interested in the other one, and it was so funny seeing him push, "Wake up, wake up, wake up," and he was totally oblivious to me, and I was literally looking down on them as they were there on the pavement. Okay, so from this third position, what I want you to do is observe the dynamics of this relationship. So you see yourself there in your mind's eye, and you see this other person, and you see how you react and how they react, and how they start it, how you react, and how they make you feel just watching the movie. And as you watch it from this perspective, maybe notice some new insight. And what I want you to do is to know that whilst you can't necessarily change their behaviour, you can change your reaction to it, which will force them to change their behaviour. If you get a chance, watch my other video on overcoming criticism by using a cat's arse. It'll make you laugh, and it'll also give you some more tools. And so as you watch from this point here, what I want you to do now is to go shopping, because behind you there's the resource store. And in this resource store we've got the compassion, and yeah, let's just do some compassion. So I want you to turn around and just go into the store and just imagine and remember perhaps a time when you felt compassionate, maybe towards a small child or an animal, where you had to just give of yourself and think, oh, I need to do this, or I need to explain to this child in really simple terms because it's not getting my message. And so you realise that they are a child and you think, okay, let's go through this again. What I'm trying to explain is the reason you shouldn't do that, because that can cause problems here. And as you access that way of being in the world all over again, I want you to take this back into yourself on that point of the triangle and just imagine feeling those feelings of compassion towards this person, this poor person who has their own insecurities and who's pressed your buttons. And I want you to feel different towards them, to shrink them down and make them less important, and realise that they're acting out of their own fears and their own inadequacies. And as you feel compassion, I also want you to feel that surrounding you is a psychic shield, so that whatever they say, it doesn't get through. You're able to look and think, poor human, obviously getting off on trying to hurt me because it makes them feel better, but I'm not playing that game anymore. And with this insight, just notice how you can change your communication to them. Maybe speaking to them softly and just think, oh, they're a bit tiresome, but let's just talk to them as if I would a small child. And you know, I've got to explain because perhaps they're a bit stupid, and so I need to talk slowly and say, you know, I appreciate your comments, but I think that that's quite insulting to speak to me in that way, and I'm not prepared to be spoken to in that way, because obviously we both want to work together, or we both want to get on, whatever the relationship is. So hear yourself describing in calm tones your side of it, but in a resourceful way. Damn, my computer's fired up. And I'm going to pause again to give you a few moments. And now step out of that and shake it off, shake it off. And like I say, please look out for the criticism for a cat's arse, because it'll make you laugh. And it'll be another tool for this. So now step into their shoes and just be on the receiving end of you talking calmly. See how it feels to be spoken to like that. Does it make you accountable? Does it calm you down? Does it reassure you? And just get a sense that this is different. And if they're not firing up at you, it's difficult for you to fire back. And again, you may want to pause this video to process it a little bit longer, and then step out into the observer and just notice the dynamics of how the relationship is starting to change. Now, I have a fuller version of this exercise on quite a few of my recordings. There's one on the Stop Stress, there's one on the Ultimate Confidence. The Ultimate Confidence one's a great one because the trance on that plants seeds of miracles happening, of being in the right place, the right time, right synchronicity, so that your life starts to take a quantum leap forward to make it much, much better. And also, if this is the first time you've come across my videos, if you click the links below, there's also a free download called Stop Worrying, Create a Wonderful Life, which again is all focusing on solutions and can help lift some of the stress if stress is making you react or overreact from people around you. Great talking to you today. Bye now.